Howdy, I'm Grey Pilgrim. And it's funny, as you get older, your fingers forget how to do things. Things you've done a million times before. Well, I've done at least 60 times before. In this particular case, I've been trying to weave a corn maiden. 5 days ago was Mabon. Mabon is the autumnal equinox. It's also one of the main Wiccan Sabbats. I was taught this by an older lady in my family, and I should know how to do it now, but I've forgotten. Sigh. Oh well. Such is the wheel of the year. You know, you get older and you leave such things to younger people. This is the feast of the last harvest, and it's a time when the last of the wheat is brought in, the last sheaf. And you usually, one of the traditions, the old traditions, is you take the last sheaf of wheat or corn, and you would take the shucks and you would weave them into this little doll. And it's called a corn maiden. And that was then hung up as a good luck charm in the house all the winter. Usually burned at Beltane at the fire festival. Though sometimes you'd burn it at Lughnasad or Beltane. I forget the name. Was it Lughnasad is Lamas. What is it? This is Mabon, Samhain, Yule, Beltane, see, the summer solstice is Litha. Oh God, I've forgotten them. I used to know all the Sabbats by heart, you know. But anyway, Mabon is an important one because it's also called Harvest Home. And the rituals and customs of Harvest Home are shared by many, many cultures. Wicca is just an opportunity for the Western people to kind of remember their roots and keep alive those traditions. I tried to do so. As I said, I am Wiccan. I'm 71 years old, and I was first brought into this around 1968, I think. An older woman in my family, well, she talked to some family traditional stuff that we did. I then ran into some people who knew a bit about this from the English perspective, and I read a few books. And that lady also taught me herbology, which has stood me in great stead many a time. I can remember getting deathly ill younger, and I knew how to brew up things to make me feel better. And then later, when I was married and had a kid, he'd get the sniffles, and I'd be able to brew him up a potion, basically, that would cure the sinus problems or fix the aches and pains. You know, for instance, if you got aches and pains, make a tea of white willow bark. If you got some sniffles, well, chamomile, sassafras, a few other ingredients, and basically boil in water and sniff the vapors. It'll clear out your sinuses. There are other things, you know. A lot of things in modern medicine, modern pharmacopoeia, came from the herbologist of the years gone by. Thymol comes from the tansy plant. Digitalis comes from foxglove. There's many of them. Some of them were not so good. For instance, scopolamine and atropine come from the deadly nightshade plant. Certain herbs, mushrooms such as Amanita muscaria or psilocybin cubenza were well known in the past. rye ergot. I mean, there are other herbs that do other weird things, but I stuck mainly to the traditional healing arts. Anyway, this is not part of my regular scheduled channel, I guess you'd say. I was just seeing that, yeah, 5 days ago was Mabon, and I didn't do a thing, and I feel like a damn fool for doing that. I mean, I'm very much a single, solitary sort of person now. I mean, I'm more of a hermit than anything else, but I try to remember the rites, and I try to honor them. I won't mention this again on the channel, at least not more than 8 times a year. Anyway, that's about all I got to say. Happy trails.